everyone and welcome to another edition of Incoming. Today we're going to be reviewing the upcoming second album by symphonic metal band Eleine, called Until the End. It is released on the 23rd of February and it is released through Allgoth and Black Lodge Records. Let's give it a listen and see if it's worth your time. Eleine was formed in 2013 when the vocalist, and I'm probably going to mess up the pronunciation of this, so I do apologise in advance, Madeleine Liljestam began working with Cardiac Records, and then she met the singer, songwriter and guitarist Rikard Ekberg, who joined the roster as well. A couple of years later they found the rest of the band and began working on their debut single Gathering Storm. Now in 2015 they released their self-titled debut album. Today we're going to be reviewing their follow-up album, which is called Until the End. Now, for those who've never heard of Eleine before, which admittedly was myself, I'd never heard of them before, didn't get much promotion over here in the UK for that first album, or any, to be honest with you. They are very much in that symphonic metal stroke goth subgenre. Now, I know a few days ago I only did a review of another band, which was Visions of Atlantis, but again, this just seems to be the time that all the kind of symphonic metal bands are releasing their albums. Now, the reason that some of you may look up this band, you may look at the singer and think, oh, she looks a little bit familiar to me, is because she has been on the cover of Scandinavian tattoo magazines and has also modelled for several large alternative companies. However, musically, as I said, it's very much symphonic metal. Now, I do like my symphonic metal, but it has to have something special about it for me to sort of get out of my way to listen to that band again and again. Now, Eleine, the best way I can kind of describe them is think along the lines of Epica, but without so much of the operatic element with the vocals. More the general sort of clean vocals, but with also some of that kind of old school goth Beauty and the Beast style vocal work, with the male doing the growling, grunting vocals, like early Within Temptation, let's say. And I'm trying to think who else has done it. I was going to say early Nightwish, but I don't think they've done it. But After Forever, early After Forever as well. That kind of thing, but with a modern production is the best way I can describe it. Eleine. I keep going to call them Delaine. That's a completely different band. But anyway, yes. And on this album, it starts off well. We've got all the sweeping instrumentals you would want with an album of this type. And indeed, it starts off with Story Untold, a fantastic song that then rolls into Echoes. And this album continues along the way that you would want this kind of album too. It is full of those sweeping epic melodies, those crunching riffs, that fantastic interplay between the clean vocals of Madeleine and the male vocalist as well, doing the growly vocals, although he does do some clean singing on a few songs as well. So you've got some fantastic highlights on here. Like I said, the opening two tracks, Story Untold and Echoes. For me, Whisper My Child was another fantastic song. Hell Moon, We Shall Never Die, just one of the singles you can go check out elsewhere here on YouTube. And the last song, Break, Take, Live, which, to be honest with you, is the kind of chorus that is definitely an earworm and will get stuck in your head. So all in all, what did I think of this album in total? Honestly, I actually quite enjoyed it. I mean, it could, over repeated listens, become a bit of a classic in my collection, but for me, on a sort of initial listen, I give it a good 4 out of 5, because it's definitely got time to grow on me as well with repeated listens, and is definitely recommended if you like your symphonic metal. It's not going to change the world. It's nothing new, admittedly, but it is indeed a fantastic take on the symphonic metal genre and well worth your time to listen to. And maybe I can sort out some kind of interview, and I reckon that live these out songs would be absolutely even more impactful than they are on this album. So there you go, Until the End by Eleine, their second album ever. It is out on the 23rd of February, I believe on Napalm Records. Let me just double check that. No, it's on Allgoth Black Lodge Records. Go check it out. February 23rd gets 4 out of 5 from me. So there you have it. That is what I thought of Until the End by symphonic metal band Eleine, if I'm pronouncing that correct. If not, apologies to the band. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying these reviews, trying to get as many up, well, one up at least per day, or as often as possible for your viewing pleasure. If you want to support the channel, I do have a Patreon. I'll put the link in the description as well as it's on screen now. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
I turn to face it all. Sun will burn my